Creamer Media's Mining Weekly is speaking to Steve Phiri, the CEO of Royal Bafokeng Platinum. Steve, you've had a superb set of results. Do you think these are sustainable?
Well, Martin, thanks very much for your good words of compliment. But we are loath to be too excited unless we become complacent. Because we come from the difficult past 1 or 2 years, we still rift having given us some challenges in the ramp-up process. But we quite are happy with the progress that we are seeing and hope to sustain this kind of progress. But we have cautioned ourselves not to be too excited too early.
Even the D word for dividends is coming up.
That's what we're looking forward to, Martin. You know that we are in a difficult operating environment of COVID-19, and anything can happen for better or for worse, and we hope it is the former. And if the former happened and we sustain this level of operating environment and therefore operating performance, yes, we want to pay dividend by the end of the year.
And can you give us a word on the market and demand possibilities?
It's quite a very unique environment and unique circumstances, because normally you'd see either the supply being inhibited or the supply exceeding demand, and or vice versa. And when we complain is when the demand is lacking and the supply is there. But the environment that is existing affects both the demand and the supply. Now the question is which one recovers first. Pundits are saying that the supply will recover earlier than the demand, but we just don't know, because our biggest market is both China and Europe. We see China recovering, possibly faster than we thought it would in terms of the demand. Europe is quite slow, but certainly it is recovering. So it's going to be a timing issue, but we are not pessimistic about the recovery. What we anticipate will happen is that the market will be in balance as compared to earlier this year and last year, when the demand was high and there was deficit in the palladium and rhodium market, but we'll see it in balance. But what is encouraging is that even in these times, we have not seen the prices really significantly dropping, and therefore the basket remains good.
Your stale drift project is coming up pretty well and hitting the targets.
We are on course. We are on track. After a very difficult environment, we told the market last year this time that we have put plans in place, and those plans, Martin, mining, when you put plans, it takes time really to realize those plans. And those plans are coming to fruition now. And early this year, when we released our full year results, we said we were on course. And indeed, now those signs are starting to show now, with a strong performance in May, a strong performance even better in June, and those performances are moved into July. We had a similar strong performance in July as we had in June. We need to sustain that level of performance. When you are ramping up a mine, it's the sustainability of that strong performance and keeping it at that level. And if you sustain those volumes, therefore, you will be able to manage your costs. So yes, Delraft is on course, and we're quite happy, but should not be too excited.
And although you're in platinum, your company seems to have a heart of gold. Can you tell us about the 200-bed hospital that you've built, as well as the school you're going to build?
I think it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. What we're doing with the field hospital, it was important not only for our employees, but for the community as a whole. It's our small contribution in a big way to the cause. This pandemic is not only in RBPlat, it's in the district, it's in the province, it's in the country, it's in the world as a whole. So we are happy that we were able to make a contribution. With regard to the school, that complements our housing development for the employees, that you don't want the children of our employees to be traveling distances to schools. It was always in the original plan, and we are doing it in conjunction with the Department of Department of Education, contributing towards the construction of that school. The Field Hospital, we contributed all the capital in it, and the Department of Health is running the hospital, is staffing it and everything. So they are taking responsibility for the running costs. We've got a quarantine facility in the form of a hospital across the road from the field hospital. That is run by us. The cost thereof is ours. That's why we quarantine our employees. Instead of them staying, in their home states where there might not be proper isolation, we did this quarantine facility so that those who do not have proper isolation facilities do not end up infecting their families and members of the community.
It's very sad news that you've had a coronavirus fatality. Do you have many people who have tested positive?
Well, it's sad we lost one, and we had, and because we tested quite a lot, we really tested big numbers of people. I don't have the number immediately. The last number I had was that we had done about 1,800 tests, and with just close to 500 positives. But as I'm speaking now, we have got a lot of them recovered. The active cases are just slightly over 100. So it's manageable.
Creamer Media's Mining Weekly has been speaking to Steve Phiri, the CEO of Royal Bafokeng Platinum,